What's happening, everybody? Just thought I'd check in with you. I ain't seen you in like 12 hours, man. I was going through withdrawals. Thought I'd check in. No, just finished up the day. Just pop some breaks and calling it a day. We're gonna call it a day. Not super tired, just kind of to that point to where it's like I stay on Central Time, but I'm in the Eastern Zone right now, so it's like 12:30 in the morning right now. So I pulled into my fuel stop here, and I said, you know what? If there's a parking spot at the fuel stop, I'm gonna park there for the night. Get up, get my fuel in the morning, just because I don't want to run it too late because then, you have a hard time finding a parking spot. And I was going to stop here anyway. And boy, did it work out good for me. Popped in here, and it's just been a good day overall. I've had a lot of wins today, like lot of good things going on today. And, it works out for me. It worked out for me. I pulled in here, and bam, wouldn't you know it? Parking spot right up front here, ready to go for me. And I was like, all right, then that's the deal. That's the deal. I said if there was a parking spot, I was going to take it. So, yeah, worked out well for me. If you're in here, hit that thumbs up button for me if you could. Anybody got any questions? Want to talk about anything specific? Just hit it up. If you want to, you can call in. We'll have a little call-in session here. Let me put the thing up there. As always, I do ask if you call in, do me a favor. Don't be driving, please. Don't want any accidents live on the air. Would not be good. For the person having the accident or for me. I do not want to be in court having to testify for some reason. I want to be out here. I want to be out here making money or at the house, not in court. So, uh, you know, do that for me. Don't. If you're driving, find somewhere safe to park. If you want to call in, and you don't have to call in if you don't want to. You can just hang out and chill. And yeah, Sorry, I'm having a I got to type this out every time because, yeah, I don't know how to use the internet properly. So, GPR, yep, that looks like it. There's the link. Anybody wants to hit it up, be sure, call in if you want. Um, but yeah, just had a really good day. One of those days where, uh, as far as being out on the road all the time, you know, a lot of days are pretty rough. This one went pretty smooth. I had a PM pickup in Pennsylvania, got that knocked out. Showed up at the shipper, and the shipper said, "Oh yeah, you need to call the broker about this load because we've been trying to get a hold of them." And that's never a good thing when the shipper says you need to call the broker. So I got a hold of the broker about it, and I told him I had a load that was picking up in Pennsylvania, and it had a stop in North Carolina, and then it finaled in Alabama. And apparently, the first stop in North Carolina got canceled. So they were still wanting to do the second load or the second stop, the final in Alabama. So wouldn't hurt my feelings none. Paid me the same amount to go to Alabama with about 1/3 of the weight that I thought I was going to be hauling. They said the load was going to weigh 30,000 pounds. They took off that first stop, and it ended up weighing total weight 11,020 pounds. So yeah, they took off like 2/3 of the weight on that. Yeah, so that was a definite win. Um, Showed up like 2 hours early, got loaded. I got out of the door about the time my appointment should have started, maybe a little after that, I guess. I had a 5, what was it, a 5 p.m. Yeah, at a 5 p.m. Pickup time, and I was loaded with paperwork in hand at about 5:20. So that was a win. I had to come down through Baltimore. I went around Baltimore. I don't like paying that toll for that tunnel. Let me see here. I don't know if I've still got the toll app. Yeah, I do. I can check and see. I wanted to see what that I want to see what that toll in Baltimore cost. Um, let me let me see if I can figure out how much that toll for that tunnel is. I know it's quite a few dollars. I looked it up the other day, and I was like, well, it's worth going around Baltimore if there's no traffic. So let me type in the city. Let me type in the city where I was at. Let me see if I can get a current location. Probably not. We can just type in. We can just type in a city near here. There we go. There's a city near here. Let's see. Whoa, hang on. I adjusted something here. Yeah, that looks about right. God, I hate how this app is set up like that. Makes you hit the wrong button a lot. Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Um, it's showing $25 to go through the tunnel in Baltimore. It's showing $24 with Easy Pass, $24 on cash, which I don't think cash is an option right now. Video, if you go it on the video, it is $36 to go through that tunnel. $36 to go through the tunnel in Baltimore, the Baltimore Harbor Tunnel. So I went around Baltimore. Let's see here. Does it give an option? Wow, what a stupid route to give you. And another stupid route. Does it have options on that? Let's see here. No, that is not a good option. Wow, it just does not want to give me that option. Why is it saying no truck? Why is it saying that's a no truck route on 95 right there? That is not correct. Huh. Weird. Weird. I don't know why it's showing that 95 is not a truck route right there on my little toll app, but yeah, I saved a few dollars. Saved a few dollars. 25 bucks going around. I don't know what it is. It's maybe I mean I could look it up on my on one of these other apps. I could look it up. I don't know how far it is to go around Baltimore. It's it maybe adds 20 miles to it, but you know, when I can save like $1 a mile going around Baltimore, um, you know, it's debatable. Worth it, not worth it, who knows? I'm not sure it's 20 miles extra to go around it, but save 25 bucks, you know, got a light load, not that big a deal going around the city when you got a super light load like that, I think. So, went around that, uh, you know, got around Washington, D.C., got down here to where I'm going to get fuel at in the morning and said, you know what? You know how it is when you like, you know, you're going to get off the road anyway, and it's already, you know, local time, it's about 12:30 here. And I was like, you know, it's already getting that part of the night where if I could find a spot, I'd feel lucky. And especially being on 95 at this time of day, like I didn't expect to find a spot. But I said I'm gonna look. I'm gonna circle the lot one time, and because I don't know, I could have got fuel and kept going. You know, I need about 100 gallons of fuel to fill this thing back up. So normally I'm not a huge fan of buying fuel in Virginia, but considering where I'm going, like Virginia, North Carolina, Alabama, um, you know, like I'm not crazy about buying fuel in Virginia, but it's not the end of the world. I'm actually getting a pretty decent deal here on it. So I'm gonna buy it and keep trucking through. Um, but yeah, that's the plan right now. That's the plan. We'll get fuel in the morning and we'll truck it on down in the morning. I got about 689 miles to go right now. Got a delivery Thursday morning. Excuse me. Excuse me. This day is about over. This day is about over. See a lot of people getting fuel here, or at least pulled up to the pumps. I don't know if they're getting fuel or not. Places like this, it's not a huge major chain stop, but it's a pretty popular stop here in Virginia. It's like, it's a well-kept place. I haven't even been in a truck stop yet. I haven't stopped here in years. But yeah, pretty pretty clean stop. It looks like, pretty well kept. So we'll grab fuel in the morning and we'll get on down through North Carolina, Georgia, into Alabama, and then that'll leave a little bit. That'll leave a little bit for Thursday morning. I'll have to do a little bit Thursday morning, and then I got a load from there back up to Minnesota. We got some high speed runs. This one, I did about 300 miles of this one so far. Yeah, almost 300 miles of this one tonight. So I got a nice little chunk of that done. It went pretty smooth. I gotta say, it went pretty damn smooth. Like I said, really good day for OTR reefer trucking. It's just a good day at it. Like didn't get held up too much by anything. Like I'm surprised that when one of the stops canceled, the bigger stop canceled on the load. I'm surprised they still wanted to ship, the small portion of the load all the way to the last stop. I'm lucky they didn't cancel the whole thing. So pretty lucky. I gotta say, pretty lucky on that. Yeah, things went smooth today. I like a good smooth day. Jerome Jones in the house. What's up, Jerome? Thanks for letting me know you're in here and saying what's up, Big Money. Thank you, sir. Not much. I'm chilling. I just popped the brakes about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. Um, you know, popped the brakes. Thought I would hop on here. I'm not really. I don't know. Like, I think if I went to sleep, if I went back there and laid down right now, I don't think I'd fall asleep right away. So, I thought, hey, I'll pop on here for a minute. We'll talk for a minute. Excuse me. Let me get a little water here. But yeah, had a good day OTR reefer trucking, and went to make me a thumbnail. Found a big old Afro version of David Hasselhoff. I said, well, hell, we got to use the big Afro version David Hasselhoff. Come on. Kindly late for a live. Yeah, man. Always a good time for a live in my world. Always a good time. If anybody wants to call in, give me a shout out. The link is up there at the top. Just click on that link. It should set it up for you. I ask that you not don't call in while you're driving, please. That's about the only rule I got for it. We can talk about anything. Yeah, talk about anything you want, trucking, outside of trucking, life, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, I may not have the best answer for you, but we can talk about anything, Tyson says, thanks for being the best trucker on YouTube, Cash. Oh, man, you're too kind. You're too kind. But I will put that in my book if I ever write a book. I'm gonna put on there. Tyson said that I was the best trucker on YouTube. You know, I'm just trying to have fun with it, man. Like I got into YouTube for like the strangest reason. It was like the number one reason was because I was trying to show my kids that, like, even if you don't know how to do something, just do it. figure it out and like work at it, and the good things will come from it, you know. And that's the big lesson I was trying to teach them from it, because I'm not very technol I don't even know how to say that. I'm not very technical. I guess how you say that. I don't know technology very well, but I'm like, you know what? I'll just figure it out as I go. I'll get better at it. I work at it, and that's the key to it. Um, some might disagree with that and say you've got no better, but I work at it. I enjoy it, and what it has become is this like community of people that I would have never met and never have known, that now I know, a few of the people I've met on here, man, have they've really helped me in like the trucking realm, when you can bounce ideas off each other, man, it works out nice. And yeah, like just meeting people, perspective, like getting to talk to some of the guys on here, like Dirty Broke and DIY Semi and Asian Mai. Yeah, I'm name dropping. I'm name dropping. But just getting to talk to those guys is I don't know. It's nice to have, like the knowledge that they have and the perspective that they have it's nice to know people like that. And I'm not one of those guys, I'm an OTR truck driver. I don't have a ton of friends. And so yeah, it's nice to have that community. Let's see here. Where we at? Thanks for being the best trucker on YouTube. I got to repeat that one. 18 Wheeler says, "Hi Cash, are you still in PA?" No, I made it down to Virginia. I run her down to Virginia. I got about 300 miles in on it today. Wasn't extremely tired. Wasn't like, like, I don't know. It's like I knew if I kept going, and this is the one bummer about OTR trucking is the parking, especially I'm on I-95. So once you get over on the east, where there's truckers parked all around the edge of the lot here. They're parked over there. They're parked over there. I just got lucky, man. I pulled into this lot and I said, if there's a parking spot, I'm going to park. And right as I come around the corner there was a guy pulling out of this parking spot. And I said, bam, right there you go. That's meant to be. And I went over here, did a little U-turn, came back, lined her up. Really easy spot. So was thankful for that. And just decided to pop on. But yeah, uh, not a huge day, but a good day, man. I said it before earlier in life. Really good day for OTR trucking for me. Yeah, just things clicked. Things clicked. Had a good live, had a atrocious live this morning, then had a good live this morning. If y'all saw that first one, 115, I didn't work out so well. I had a lot of technical difficulties. I think I was having a mental breakdown. But 115 and a half when I came back was, I thought it did very well. It was like a 2-hour live. So yeah, did that. And then rode down to the shipper, had about an hour ride, a little bit more than an hour ride to the shipper. Got to the shipper said, "Oh, you need to call the broker on that load because we have problems." And I was like, "Uh-oh, this is not good." But then, like, lo and behold, the broker says, "Oh yeah, Walmart canceled the first stop." I had a 2-stop load, 1 stop in North Carolina, 1 stop in Alabama. And they said Walmart canceled the first stop, so we're only going to do the second. You're only going to do the 1 stop, 1 pick, 1 delivery. And oh yeah, by the way, the load was supposed to have been 30,000 pounds. Well, the first one weighed 19,000 pounds, so I ended up with 11,000 pounds on the trailer. And they kept the same rate. They didn't cut the rate, so it didn't really lower the miles any because the stop in North Carolina was on the way. But hey, that's one Walmart I don't have to deal with. I can just go get this thing delivered, and they loaded it really quick. Very easy facility to deal with. one of those where you got to call, you know, they don't let you in the building. You got to call them and they set everything. I actually like it like that. I like it when they got a phone number on the door and they're like, hey, call this number. To me, that's better than going inside. I can hear them better on the phone. Because, you know, every cold storage in the world or anything to do with reefer freight, it's always some little lady behind a piece of plexiglass and she's sitting 15 feet away mumbling like I can hear her, and I'm half deaf anyway. So I like the fact that we do it on the phone now. You know, I don't want to go in their building. You know, I don't want to stand at that little window that's this big, and I'm trying to lean my head down to that little tiny window and hear what they're saying halfway across the room. With, you know, and then on the other, you know, and there's trucks and stuff making noise and other drivers make, you can't ever hear what they're saying. So I like the fact that I can just go get the phone number. I go back to my truck. I call them. I tell them what's going on. I love it. I love it. Easy facility to deal with, in and out, like probably an hour and a half. I was there 2 hours, probably about 2 hours, because I got there about 2 hours early, and then I got loaded, and it was about 20 minutes after my appointment time. So yeah, uh, turned out real well for me. Worked out real well for me. Um, so yeah, I like a good day in OTR trucking. I'm wondering if this truck stop's got a lot of business late at night, man. I don't know if like a lot of people are fueling here or if they're just pulling in to like go in and use the bathroom. You know, this time of night, you know, if guy parks at the pump, you never know what he's doing, you know. Um, I don't hate on them, you know, because like if you pull into a truck stop at this time of night, let's face it, where are you going to park? You know, you can pull up to the pump. Ain't many people getting fuel. A lot of people here tonight, though. I'm wondering if this fuel stop is like, I was going to look and see if it was a Nastic or something, like, because it's not a major chain. I'm surprised there's this many people. I mean, like, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pumps, and there is somebody at 5 of those 6 pumps right now. I'm assuming there's a big Amazon facility around here because I've seen so many JB Hunts pull in here with the Amazon trailers. There's 2 guys getting fuel or sitting at the fuel pump over there right now. One's got a flat top Cascadia, a maroon colored Cascadia, and the other one is it's a JB Hunt. So there's a JB Hunt over there too. But yeah, I'm assuming there's a big Amazon facility around here somewhere because you know, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Let's see, where am I at? TJ Jones, the Bull of the Woods. What's up? Not much, man. Just chilling, having a little sit down fireside chat with everybody here. I was surprised we got 10 people in here this late at night, man. Like, geez, Louise, you people need to go to bed. I'm gonna cut the lights out on you. It's lights out. It's lights out 30 over here. What are y'all doing? But I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm just messing with you. Let's see who else is in here. Jerome Jones says, I haven't got a DOT inspection yet. Is it a good idea to go and have a DOT officer do a inspection? No, I don't see a reason to do that. G Adam says 2 lives in 1 day hot laps. Yeah, I mean, um, yeah, no, I crank out some lives, man. I crank out the lives. I think I've done like technically this is my 3rd today. Because I did that first little one, like 20-minute one, and I had technical difficulty, so I stopped it and I restarted. And then I did a 2-hour live then. So yeah, popping and locking, popping and locking. Um, the hardest working man on YouTube. Come on. Come on. I ain't saying that's true. I'm just saying that's a thing. That's a thing, possibly. Um, let's see. Where am I at? Juan Fernandez says, sup, Cash? Not much. Chilling. chilling. Just got done with a good day of OTR trucking. Um, Enjoyed myself today. Had a pretty good day. Uh, Elazar says, that's good to hear, man. Been waiting for my package. Okay, okay. I'm nocturnal. Yep, been there, been there. I don't know, man. I don't mind running at night, like I'm the type of guy like I can do like some crazy long days for a few days in a row, but then I need that like 12 hours of just, being in a coma. Like nothing would wake me up, nothing would bother me. Um, you know, so I kind of got that last night. I went to bed early and then I didn't have to pick up till 5 p.m. and I was an hour away from the shipper. So I didn't even set an alarm last night. That's the way I like to do it. Don't even set an alarm. Just sleep until you wake up. And, I like it like that because then, you feel refreshed when you wake up like that. I felt almost a little groggy, but I got up, did that, dap, 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 dap. Let me learn to talk real quick. Got up, did those lives this morning. That kind of got me energized, got me going for the day. Um, so yeah, yeah. Um, let's see. G. Adam Blocker says, what's the best way to contact you? Right here on YouTube is the best way to, if you got a question or something, that's the best way to do it on YouTube because then you get the experience of all the people that watch and, they can comment. And if it's something more personal, like, a financial thing you don't want to put out there or something like that, you can email me. Cash is king. Let me see here. Yeah, there you go. Cashiskingenterprises at Gmail. Hit me up there. I don't get back to those as quick. I'll just say like it might be a day or two before I get to those. I try to get to all of those, but sometimes like there was like 3 days about a week or two ago where I wasn't getting notifications from that email. And I got caught up on all the emails, but I was a day or two behind because of that. Um, you know, let's see here. Elzar says, I met a retired trucker that told me he once took load 2 nights without sleeping. That was the good old days, he said. Yeah, I'm sure they did. He had 3 logbooks. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, used to when a DOT officer would ask me, can I see your logs? I'd say, I ain't hauling logs. I'm hauling potatoes and a lot of them. Uh, that's an old smart ass comment. I never told a DOT officer that, but I heard that one time. I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah. So, you know, I guess the statute of limitations are gone on a lot of that. Um, you know, uh, you know, yeah. I've had some 1,000-mile days. Like have to go home for a day or two to let your logbook catch up. Just um, I don't think those were the good old days, though. For me personally, that's not what I consider the good old days. I consider that I don't know, like yeah, just I don't know. To me, that's not how I want to run. You know, like there's some good things about not being electronically logged. Like let's face it, if I'm an hour from the house, and I run out of hours, the electronic log makes me mad. Like if I was on a paper log, possibility I might drive home and then, when I log it, I might say I did it the next day or something. I ain't saying I ever did that. I'm just saying theoretically people could do that. When you're electronic logged, it's like, what do? You can PC it, I guess, but you take the risk of, getting in trouble. But yeah, I think there should be an exemption on that too. I think if you're like I think if you're within an hour of your house and you're going to park at your safe parking spot, I think they ought to give you an exemption, like an extra hour. What's it going to hurt, Because if you're going home, chances are you're not like, falling asleep tired. If you're anything like me, if you're going home, you're like, you got so much energy, you're bouncing off the walls of the truck. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. When I go home, I'm not like, I'm all like charged up. I'm ready to go. Um, that lasts like 3 or 4 miles into the house. 3 or 4 miles, 3 or 4 hours. I drive into the house. Oh my God, they seem like the slowest 3 or 4 miles ever. Your discipline level at which speed you drive that last 3 or 4 hours into the house. When I can keep my cruise control on like 65, I feel like I'm disciplined. Sometimes I don't run 65 into the house. You know what I'm saying? I make sure I get to the house. Um, let's see. Joe says, "Do you pick and choose your loads, or is it forced dispatch?" Yeah, no. Mine's definitely not forced dispatch. I mean, I could choose my own loads. Basically, what I do is I have them book my loads for me now because it's a lot less hassle for me. I don't have to worry about. They find better. The guys in the office find better loads than I can find. Number one, they're looking at tons of load boards all day. They're looking at carrier load boards. They're looking at broker load boards, not just the DAT and the truck stops. They're going deep into some of these other you know what I mean? They're going deep into some of these other load boards. They find better loads than I can. Typically, whenever I go into an area, I typically call them the day before and tell them where I want to go. And but most of the time, what I do is I tell them where I don't want to go. And I say I don't want to go here, and I don't want to go here, and I don't want to go here, but I want to go anywhere else on the highest paying load you can find, the best money. Then that doesn't mean the most gross. That doesn't mean the most per mile. That means the best money. And what I consider best money is a combination of time, rate per mile, and gross. Those are the three factors. Because if you slack on one of those three, you may not be pulling the best paying freight. Now, if you get a load that pays $5,000, but it takes 2 weeks to deliver it, is it really that good? No. If you're getting a load that's paying $5,000, but it's 5,000 miles, it's not paying that good. You know what I'm saying? So you need good rate per mile. You need good rate like for the time, and you need good overall rate. That's the money to me. That's how I figure it. Um, but yeah, I don't. It's definitely not. I mean, I can turn down anything they send me. I've had days where, I apologize. I'm like, they call me like 3, 4 times with loads. Like, hey, I got a load doing this. I'm like, nah, that one ain't for me. Then they call me back, hey, I got this load. I'm like, nah, that one ain't for me. Like, I mean, I've went through 3, 4, 5 loads before they've called me with one I want. So, sometimes I post the truck on the load board because I like getting calls from multiple brokers. It's like being the pretty girl sometimes. You get all these callers. All these callers, man, they want to know what's up. So I hit them with that sometimes when I post the truck. Like if I'm in a really good freight market. I mean, I was over in like western Minnesota and almost to South Dakota one day. This has been about 2 months ago, and put the truck on the load board. I was getting so many calls that day. It was like a Friday afternoon. I was getting I was on hold with a broker because he was trying to check with the customer about a better rate. Because I told him, I will do it for this, but I won't do it for what you called me for. So while he was trying to check with his customer to get a better rate, I took a phone call from another broker because I'm like, well, why am I going to wait on this guy? You know, he called me with some half-ass rate, and you know, like it ain't my problem. I got to wait on him to call for. So I took the call, you know, and I didn't like where that load was going, but I went back, you know. So yeah, it just depends, man. There's some different strategies for picking loads there. Let's see. Helazar says, I get you, man. It is better to be safe. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you get everybody out here running around like a bunch of cowboys, um, you know, like I know myself. Like I've been doing this long enough and I'm honest with myself on when I'm sleepy. Like, and I'm usually proactive on it. Um, you know, I'm usually proactive. Before I start getting tired, I want to shut down. You know, I know me, and I know like between the hours of 3 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the morning are rough for me driving. Like typically, if I have to drive through those hours, I plan like a 30-minute nap along the way. Um, you know, I just, whether it's a ramp of a rest area or pull in behind some trucks at the rest area, I'll find me a little spot to park for a half hour or so, get that nap in, then get back up and get after it. You know, I don't get to the point to where I'm over here pecking corn. You know, when you're driving down the road and you start doing this number right here, you're going, and then you wake up and you're like, oh shit, you know, like I don't do that. I'm done before that time comes. Um, you know, I used to have a technique where I would drive with my head right up next to the steering wheel, like say my fingers are steering wheel. I'd ride with my head right up next to the steering wheel, so when I fell asleep, my head would hit the steering wheel and wake me up. Uh, Not really, but you know that there's some things like that. You know what I mean? Like when I was younger, I would try stupid stuff like that. Now it's like I'm like it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So yeah, the multiple logbook thing is you know you older guys probably know what I'm talking about. You know when you go down the road and you see a way station sign and it's open and you tear your log out and you eat it. You know, you just start chewing it. Like, dude, I could eat a loose leaf. You know what I mean? I can make a salad out of loose leaf logs. I've eaten so many of them. You know, um, you be going down the road. You know, you pass that truck. You know, you see a sign that says scale 1 mile ahead, and you see a guy going about 50 mile an hour in a truck, and he's got his logbook on the steering wheel trying to rewrite it. And it's like, man, they're gonna know what's up. Every one of your logs is written with a ruler, real nice and neat. And then you got this one log from today you decided to stop using the ruler, and it's all crooked and wiggly, and it's like look like a guy on crack cocaine wrote that out for you. Like, come on, man, come on, man. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. Um, let's see. TJ Jones, the Bull of the Woods, says just waking up to run another 80 west into uh 80 west into you, but first, yeah. um Elazar says, what's your opinion on flatbed? If you're good at flatbed, you can make a lot of money. Here's another Amazon truck pulling in. Man, there's got to be an Amazon facility like on this exit. Because like half the trucks that are pulling in here are Amazon. But yeah, sorry, shiny nickel. I get distracted easily. Flatbed, a lot of money in flatbed. If you're willing to do that hard work, as most things in trucking, there is no free money. If you're willing to work harder and take more risk, you will make more money. And that's what flatbed is. Flatbed is harder work and more risk, so it pays more. That's all there is to it. If you want to haul hazmat tanker, more risk, not necessarily harder work, but more risk. You're getting paid for the risk and stuff like that. You know, you buy your own equipment, you should make more money. You're taking more risk. You know, that's one of my beefs with lease purchase. You're taking a lot of risk, but you're not making more money. That's why I don't like lease purchase. But flatbed, yeah, if it's done properly, I like it. I do. I did some flatbed at Averett, and it was very easy. Very, they like a box. They like double stacked lumber. They like simple things that are easy to tarp, easy to strap. However, some companies did a little flatbed at Western Express, not like that. Not they'll book any load because they don't care. They'll have you out there trying to figure out geometry and everything else, trying to strap and tarp these loads down. So depends on the company you're at. Like some companies make flatbed easy, some companies make it hard. Um, you know, Western Express wants a lumber tarp on everything. It could be that load could be plate steel. It could be 6 inches off the deck of the trailer. They want a lumber tarp on it. It's just stupid. Just stupid way of doing it. So make sure you get with a good flatbed company, not one of these fly by night Western Express type deals. But there's a lot of money in it. I will say that, a lot of money in it. If you go to work for one of these companies, I mean, a good flatbed company, and you learn that skill, and you get really efficient at strapping, tarping, chaining. If you want to transfer that into being an owner operator, there is a lot of money in these flatbed loads. A lot of money. So I like flatbed. I'm just not good at it. I didn't take the time to. Okay, two things about me and flatbed. Number one, I'm overweight and out of shape. That's not a good combo with flatbed because it's going to make you slow and it's going to make you inefficient. Um, flatbed is a skill you need to hone. Not everybody is good at it right off the bat. I would say most people are not good at it right off the bat. So you're going to have to work at it, and it's not an easy thing to learn and work at because you're outside a lot. You're in the sun, you're in the heat, you're in the cold. Like hopefully if you start in the summer before it gets cold, you're good at it. Hopefully if you start in the winter, by the time it gets hot, you're good at it. But you're still going to have to do the work no matter what. Dragging chains up and down a trailer, tarps up and down a trailer, it's not easy. But if you can get good at it, man, you can make a lot of money. Joe says, do you think a company that provides a ELD service should be able to dictate how carriers set their trucks up into their systems to log? That is a lot of question. Um, do you think a company that provides a ELD service? You talking about like a People's Net or Just Trucking, or not Just Trucking? That's a weird YouTube channel. Um, um, Keep Trucking, Keep Trucking. There it is. Keep Trucking. I knew I'd get it eventually. That's the one I use. Are you talking about a company like that? No, I think the company should be able to determine within the law. Mark M says, Joe, if you sign that contract, you're obligated to do what they say, or else they can break it and charge you for it. Mark M says, if you own your own ELD account, you can disconnect it whenever you want, but you're going to have to make up a good story to get around that. Yeah. Yeah. The fact of the matter is, let's put it like this. There is very, very few ways. You're going to have to go super deep into your whole life to cheat your logbook. Number one, this phone you have with you at all times is tracking you, whether you like it or not. You turn the location service off on it, it can still track you because it doesn't track on your phone, it tracks you on the cell phone tower. So the cell phone tower records the data. So even if you turn your location off, you're still being tracked. So if you were to do something with that ELD and then do something illegal and it hurts someone or damage property and they come after you, no matter what that ELD says, they're tracking you. They know what you were doing. So, I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't play games with that logbook. I would not play games with that logbook. Like, I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't. Um. So yeah, I mean, you can disconnect your ELD, but you're still being tracked. And then when you plug it back in, um, it's going to sync back up, and it's going to know how many miles you moved. It's going to know the time in which you unhooked it and reconnected it. Like, um, you know, mine locks up occasionally. This keep trucking locks up, and I have to unscrew the power source and then let it set for a minute or two and reconnect the power source. Um, but I never move the truck with it disconnected. I don't want anybody to think I'm trying to cheat anything. Because it's one of those things, you could do it now, and then 6 months down the road, you could get in an accident, and they could pull all that data, and they could see where you was playing funny, a little fast and loose, and then just not for me. Let's see. Where am I at? Go around that. Mark M. I don't know about that. None of the paper logbooks have. I don't know what that is. Joe Jordan says, I would tell an ice cold can of soda and put it under my yam bags to keep me awake and pissed off. Okay, there you go. Juan Fernandez says, go to TMC or Melton to best flatbed companies. Yeah, I've heard both of those are really good. Because you got to think about your end goal. Anytime you're thinking of strategies and whatever. What's up, Trucker Wild? I see you in here. Thanks for coming in. Says, what's up, brother? Not much. I'm down here. Apparently, man, I'm at an Amazon facility because every other trailer in this lot's Amazon. How's things going out there for you, Trucker Wild? Had a good day in trucking. I got to say, I had a good day. Wasn't a lot getting done, but it was a good day. You know how things just click sometimes. Makes for a good day. But yeah, always think of your end goal. Like, you're talking TMC or Melton. Like, are you trying to stay there long term? Are you trying to gain the experience and go do something else? So always keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you're making moves in trucking. I see a lot of guys, they go from one mega carrier to another mega carrier. And it's like, well, what was the strategy of going from, like one mega carrier to another mega carrier? Like my thought on it is mega carriers are all the same. It's like the same game with a different name, on the side of the truck. Same game, different name. And it's a waste of time to move back and forth between mega carriers. Put in a little time and then get out of the mega carrier race. It would be my advice. That would be my advice. Let me see here. Yeah, I've heard good things of TMC and Melton. TMC's percentage pay based, and Melton is they're like your normal cent per mile. They can get paid for tarping and stuff like that. So two different strategies, but both very good flatbed companies with good reputations. Let's see. Joe says yes. Keep trucking. Put the truck in drive at 5 mile an hour. We called to put that 15 mile per hour. They said no. I mean, if you're in a big DC to get to the door. Yeah. No, keep trucking's not going to do that. I believe because the law says 5 mile an hour. If you're in a big DC, you go to yard move. But yeah, you can't have 15 mile an hour and be off duty. I mean, you're driving a truck at 15 mile an hour. You're driving it. I'm not particularly a fan of the 5 mile an hour rule. like if you're driving the damn truck, you're driving the damn truck. You can't be in the sleeper berth at 5 mile an hour. I'm sorry. That annoys me. And I'll tell you why it annoys me is because I see guys creeping around these huge distribution centers at 5 mile an hour. I'm like, get the hell out of my way. Do you not realize you're better off to just go get the job done than to creep around at 5 mile an hour? Like, I don't know. It annoys me. But go to yard move if you want to do that. Go to yard move. Yard move is up to 15 mile an hour, I think. But yeah, I think the law says you have to be on drive if you're above 5 mile an hour. So I don't think that's a keep trucking thing. I think that's the law. Trucker Wild says a little midnight riding, are we? You come into the dark side now. I shut her down at about well, I stay on Central Time, but I shut her down about 11:30 or so. I knew I was going to have a late night tonight. I thought I was going to have a like all nighter. I was supposed to have a delivery in the morning in North Carolina at 6 a.m. On a load I picked up this afternoon, but they canceled that stop. But I still got to keep the load, so I'm glad of that. But no, I typically don't ride too much at night. Trucker Wild says took 2 days after a weekend Amazon trip. Yeah, I heard you were out there playing in the snow in Pennsylvania. BOC was telling us about that. I didn't have my big boy panties on. I had to shut her down before I got in the snow. I was in no rush. I had a load that had time on it, and I'm like, why am I going to go drive in the snow if I don't have to? But yeah, it says took 2 days after a weekend Amazon trip from New Jersey to Ohio on the round. Now heading to Florida, dropping hook to Texas by Sunday. Damn, Trucker Wild out there getting after it, man. I thought you stayed up there in the New England area. I like this, Trucker Wild. I like that you're getting out there. We're gonna have to run into each other one day. Uh, we'll blow up the internet. Both of us live at the same time. The internet doesn't stand a chance. Speaking of Trucker Wild, let's drop a link here. Let's get a link in there. Where's my link at for Trucker Wild? Man, your channel is on fire, dude. 2,400. We're like at the same amount of subs. Holy smokes, dude. Congratulations. Dropping Hook Squad. Okay, I haven't watched that. I gotta watch that one. Get that in my watch later. There we go. There we go. Yeah, if y'all don't have Trucker Wild, check out Trucker Wild doing big things. There we go. There we go. I was waiting on the freaking thing to get out of my way so I could drop this link. Yeah, everybody click on that link there. Check out the Trucker Wild. Oh man, I'm horrible with the internet. Horrible with the internet here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see. There we go. There we go. That's how we do it. Look at me doing technology. Look at me with technology. Let's see. Where am I at? Okay. DAT board is on fire. Yeah, yeah. Good things happening out here right now. Good things, man. Good things happening. Let's see. Elazar says, thanks, Juan. I have my CDL test on March and would like to go flatbed. I'm 25, so I believe I could do the work while I still can. If I get paid well once I got the game down, I wouldn't leave. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, you can't knock flatbed, man. Ton of money in flatbed. Yeah, good luck. Yes, sir. Joe says, oh, I didn't know that. Keep Trucking said go to PC. LOL. Yeah. I'm not sure that qualifies as PC, but hey, you know, like Yard move is on duty, you know. PC is off duty. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's a gray area, man. It's a gray area. Elazar says, Trucker Wild, thanks, brother. Stay safe out there, no doubt. Absolutely. I see a collab in the near future. Had to stretch my legs. Yeah, I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling. Sometimes I like to go places I don't normally go, you know, just to get out and see something. Get out and see something. Thank you, brother. Yeah, no problem, man. Smash the like button. Yeah, let me make sure I've hit the like button on my own. Yep, we got it. We got it. Trucking with Blaze. What's up, Blaze? Blaze got a channel too. You can drop your link if you want to, Blaze. I know I dropped it earlier than you dropped it, so don't worry about it, man. If it's in there more than once, I ain't mad at it. Let's see. Trucker Wild. Yeah, we're gonna blow up the internet one of these days. What's up, Blaze? Just subbed, bro, no doubt. Yeah, everybody go over there and hit that Trucker Wild link, man. Trucker Wild show you some stuff. He's out there killing it right now. Out there killing it. But yeah, had a good day in trucking. Good day in trucking. Yeah, thanks, Blaze. I appreciate you supporting the people that support me. That's always a positive. You know, like got to grow the network. I want the good guys to win, man. I'm tired of some of these YouTube truckers that are out here, you know, selling snake oil and you know, giving out some half-ass information. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they're killing it though. I give it to them. They're killing it, you know, because people love the dramas and whatnot. So I'm like, yeah, man, you know, it'll come and go. That stuff will come and go, you know. I think the good guys that deliver the good information, they'll be around for a lot longer. There's Trucking with Blaze. Check out his link there, guys. Right by Trucking with Blaze. Click on that. That video's doing good, Blaze. 63 views in 5 days. 63 views, 5 days. Sorry, I got the brightness up on that. There you go. Trucking with Blaze. Yeah, man, it's a good video too. I watched that the other day. It's a good video. I'll tell you why I like it, because number one, you're honest about your situation, and you know, yeah, I like it. I like it. Let me see here. One thing that will help you get more views. I don't know what if you're trying to build your channel up or what, but leverage those names of those big companies. You know, put that in the description of your video. Put like the names of like Prime and you don't want to be false with it, but I mean those are two, Wilson Logistics and Prime. That's two companies you're talking about in there. So leverage those names in there. Throw them in there if you want to get more views. Just a thought. I mean, do what I usually don't give out I usually don't give out advice for people that ain't asking for it, but depends on what you're trying to get out of your channel. If you're trying to grow it, I would leverage those names for sure. Let's see. Joe says, LOL, I used to like to be able to move my truck to the fuel pump from a parking spot before starting my inspection, maybe a super trucker. Yeah, I mean, and that's what a lot of those guys I see, like moving their truck around the lot at 5 mile an hour, and they're trying to get their 30-minute break in or whatever, while they're moving their truck. I get it. I just like, I'm in a rush when I'm doing stuff like that, and maybe that's not the right way to do it, but I like to just hurry up and get the job done, when I'm like dropping and hooking or something like that. I don't do much of that anymore, so I don't really care. But yeah, I mean, like in the morning, I'm setting 150 feet, maybe not even that, from the fuel pump I'm going to get the fuel at in the morning. I'm just going to pull over there. I don't know if I go 5 mile an hour or not. I may PC over there according to Keep Trucking. Probably won't. I won't. There's no probably to it. I know I won't. Because technically I can drive this truck over there before I start. I can drive over there before I pre-trip because I'm on private property. Now, you can't drive your truck down the road 15 miles and then do a pre-trip. You know, that's not considered a pre-trip. But if I drive on personal property over there, that's the way I see it. Yes, I may go to the drive line. I may not. I may do the 5 mile an hour creep over there. I may be a hypocrite. Um, possibly. But, more likely I'm just going to drive over there. Whatever speed I get up to safely, I get over there. Then once I get my fuel, I'll probably do part of my pre-trip while I'm fueling. Just turn on my flashers, do a walk around, kick the tires, usually pop the hood while I'm getting fuel a lot of times anyway. Um, it's a great time to pop the hood and just check some things out, like for me. Let's see. Trucker Wild says, Cash, I got my community page, so I'm putting you, DIY, Asian My, and all the good guys. Just sub to you, Blaze. I will plug you too, brother. Yeah, Blaze is just getting started, man. He's got an interesting story there. Trying to get into the industry, Hey Blaze, did you see that Asian My video where he was talking about that program where they give the grants um, to people to get their CDL? Have you applied for those grants? Because see, I would have qualified for those grants, but I was too dumb and I sat there on unemployment for like 6 months and then went and got a job. And then a month after getting a job, I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm going to go to truck driving school. So I could have got my CDL for free because I was on unemployment, but I was, I didn't have enough foresight. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, thank you for doing that, Trucker Wild. Appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate that. That's good stuff. Community page. Oh, okay. Yeah. Where you leave post. Okay. Yeah, I do that from time to time. If you ever want me to put a video up of yours, Trucker Wild, just let me know. Like if you got a video you think you want to put out there a little more, I'll share it out. Just shoot me a text or send me an email or something like that. I got no problems doing that. I try to share a lot of people out when I can when they got big things happening. Sugar Wild says Cash is coach. Really, LOL. This guy is so real and shoots it straight. Even my dropping hook gang loves him. We will kidnap him to get us over at hashtag BOC. Yeah, man, y'all doing it big over there. I told BOC he's got to get him a number counter on how many trucks he's got going over there these days. But thank you, Trucker Wild, for all the nice comments there, man. I appreciate that. One says I made good money with TMC. Was getting paid 32% of truck gross. My truck gross 55 to 65 a week. Yeah, that's good money, man. At 32%, that's like a little higher than they start, right? Because I think they start at like 28, 25 or 28%. So I know you can work your way up to a higher percentage, but 32% is great pay as a company driver. I mean, it is. Like, what's the other company? ATS, Kangaroo Trucker over there. Kangaroo Trucker works at ATS. They do a percentage or they do a cent per mile or percentage, whichever is more. And he's got some loads that were paying like $4 a mile, and that paid him like $1 a mile as a company driver. You got to think, man. Hashtag Cash BOC 2021. Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. Christian says, any recommendations for factoring new authority here? Not really. I mean, I got a company that does factoring that wants to, do a sponsorship on the channel, but I don't factor, so I don't know. I mean, yeah. So I don't know. that might be a better question for somebody else in here that's got experience with factoring. I don't do any factoring. Trucker Wild TV says, good question, Christian. We factor our own contracts for 10%, but we never looked into a factoring company. I heard Love's was decent. Cash, what do you think? Yeah, I had somebody here the other day talking about they were factoring with Love's. Um, so yeah, I could see that. Um, I mean, Love's is a solid company, man. Like they do a lot of things right in the trucking game. So yeah, check out Love's. They may be able to do it for you. Let's see. Angelica Jane says, "Hey, you all. Hey, thanks for coming in." Trucker Wild says, Juan Fernandez, awesome. When you get your own truck, I can get you 95% of the load with this carrier I run with. Dang. 95%. That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. Um, Trucking with Blaze says, yes, I did see that. My video. I need to look into some of those. Yeah, check that grant out, man. If you can get your CDL through a grant, money. That's money, dude. Because then you can have a big pair swinging in the wind. When a company tells you something that ain't right, you can be like, well, I don't owe you anything. I'm not tied to a contract, so I'm out. Not that that's your goal, but like it's nice to not be tied to a company when you're first starting out. Trigger Wild Blaze, I will post a link for your video, bro. There you go. There you go. Everybody check out Trucking with Blaze and Trucking and Trucker Wild TV. It says, hey, Angelica Jane. Elazar says, Trucker Wild TV, damn, that's a good deal, man. I might hit you up when I get my own truck one day. Yeah, that's a heck of a deal. That's a heck of a deal. Let's see. Elazar says at Trucker Wild TV. Damn, just read that one. Man, maybe I do need to go to bed now. I am getting a little tired. Juan says 27% start pay. Okay, yeah, I knew it was in the 20s. So yeah, you must have worked your way up. Trucker Wild TV throwing the fires and the thumbs up. Thank you, Trucker Wild, for coming in, hanging out with me. Thank you to Angelica Jane for coming in, Joe for coming in. Guys, I'm about to get out of here. I am getting tired now. Thanks for coming and doing a little night riding with me. But yeah, appreciate everybody coming in. Jerome Jones first in the house. He's the man. Good night, everybody. Have a good night. Take care of each other out there as much as possible.